Om Tava Kathamritam Tattva Jivanam Kavivirritam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Burida Janam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Your words are like nectar. And are the very life force for the living beings burning in the fire of the world. It destroys sins. Mere listening to your exploits brings about the well-being of the living beings. That's why those who know the truth have described your exploits to be the greatest. Those on earth who sing the glories of your exploits have certainly done a lot of charity in their previous birth. It is owing to the result of that meritorious action that they have developed taste for singing the glories of your sports. Om, peace, peace, peace. Am I audible?
Yes, Swamiji, you are. Thank you.
So this is the mantra. In the beginning, M, the recorder of the gospel, has added it with this, and this has been taken from the Gopi Gita of the Bhagavatam. And the meaning I will explain a little bit word by word there. It is given, it is just a literary meaning in that way. Actually, Tavo Katham Likum, your words are like nectar, Amritam. Not to everyone. You call everyone, they will say, what this is going on, we don't like it. It is Amritam, like nectar, to whom? Tapta Jivan. In this world, those people who have suffered a little, more or less, to them, they were living beings, but as if living, but dead in mind. Like that. Your words bring life force, as it were, to those who are living frustrated, depressed, losing all hopes and interests in life. To them, your words are like nectar, bringing hope, joy, peace, some kind of satisfaction, new light, and desire to live more. This aim, the recorder of the gospel, was trying to commit suicide, being disturbed in his family life, although a wonderful, successful teacher who taught in simultaneously taught in two high schools set up by none other than Pandit Ishwarchandra Vidyasagar, the erudite scholar who was the principal of the Presidency College later on, the Sanskrit college there in Calcutta. And whatever a little Sanskrit we know, it was due to him. Samagra Vyakaran Kaumudi, he wrote this very Sanskrit grammar in a lucid manner so that ordinary boys and girls, youngsters can understand this Sanskrit language. See, it is due to him that at least Bengalis in India learned a little bit of Sanskrit earlier, and now also it is going on. And I know, making his book as the source book, many others also in other languages in India, they wrote this Sanskrit grammar book basing on many things from his book. Samagra Vyakaran Kaumudi. Those who have read, they know. So the earning income from publishing books, selling books, that also he would spend for setting up schools. He could not get a better headmaster to head his institution in Calcutta, which was the seat of learning in those days. So many educated people were there. But he chose that if this man, M, recorder of the gospel, Mahendranath Gupta, who was a university blue, Calcutta University, always stood either first, second, third within this, and he enjoyed the, he also stipend and other things. So he was a very qualified, successful teacher amongst his students, and amongst his students were Rakhal, Swami Brahmananda, Baburam, Swami Premananda, Trigunatitananda, and the Sharada. Then Swami Birajananda was his college student. He was headmaster in two schools simultaneously, going from one school to another by palanquins in those days. There were no cars. Just to give a little bit of erudition and success, his status in the society. He was a successful teacher and also a learned man and an honest man, ethical, moral, whom a person like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, who was conferred the title Vidyasagar, portion of learning, by the then Pandit Samaj, the scholars of Indian society. They understood that this man's scholarship is something very, very worthy of being conferred, being conferred of this title, ocean of learning. So that man chose this person successfully in all ways, only not happy in the family life, and was trying to commit suicide, and came to Sri Ramakrishna. He kept his wife and two children were there, and his age was only 29. Anybody would feel that how can I die? Whatever problem is there, at home there is a young wife and there are two kids. So some kind of interest, responsibility makes people not to commit suicide if someone is there who are dependent on him or her. But this man was so frustrated that he was trying to commit suicide, and he just, with the help of his friend, who was unknowingly, knowing well that his family life was not that happy one, so he was taking him to the bank of the Ganges, this garden, that garden, this temple, just to keep his mind a little better. We know in the society we do, if we know that there some person is suffering from some family problem, we tell them, come and let us spend some time diverting his or her mind to some other thing so that there is no suffering. So this man came uninvited. That is why it is Shravana Mangalam, came and heard a few words of Sri Ramakrishna, and this medicine started working. He forgot that he was trying to commit suicide. The moment his friend would leave him and he will commit suicide, he has already kept his wife and two babies in his sister's home. And after hearing a few words of Sri Ramakrishna, not addressed to him, Sri Ramakrishna was talking, sitting in his room, talking to some other devotees. And this man was outsider, Western educated, headmaster in two schools, visiting professor in two colleges. So thinking, without invitation, I should not enter into the room, and room also is full. And there are devotees sitting, they may not like us, we are outsiders, strangers. So it is better that let us understand what is going on before entering directly to into the room. And he was hearing that Sri Ramakrishna was telling just that if by taking God's name, thinking of God, while offering your prayer to God, automatically, unconsciously, your tears come, drops down, rolls down your cheek. Then you don't need to do morning, evening, sadhana, upasana as directed by the scriptures or your guru. Then this time I have to see, this time I have to do meditation, pranayama, all these things I have to bring as asana. I have to sit in this posture. All these things become secondary, and you are free from all those things, and you don't have any duty also in the society. When by thinking of God or by taking name of God, Hari or Rama or Krishna, Vishnu, whatever name you take, and immediately you feel romancho, this shivering, this goosebump in your the body, and you cannot contain your tears, then you do not have any duty in the society, in the family, and also scriptural duties you have to do every day, puja, you have to do sadhana, you have to do japam, meditation. These will automatically come and go. That was the message. Standing outside, he just heard this 1 or 2 minutes lecture of Sri Ramakrishna, which was addressed to others, not Sri Ramakrishna being Antaryamin, nor of the heart. He knew that who was standing outside, but this man was thinking, oh God, what wonderful ideas and thoughts. I am such an erudite scholar. I have read so many books. He was very thorough in Western philosophy, Eastern philosophy, English literature, history, geography, so many subjects in those days, and such a qualified one, as I told. He was always a university blue in Calcutta, which was a very prestigious institution in those days. Now standing a while and thinking, let these people go out. Then I will enter, because they may not like, and we should not disturb. Such good words, never ever I have heard, I have read. Certainly this man be a very, very great scholarly one, reading so many books. So he entered, greeted Sri Ramakrishna, just a little bit, not too much devotion, because don't expect a normal behavior from a person who is trying to commit suicide. But he has added this mantra, the meaning, your words, your stories, your message, your life story, divine sports are like nectar to those who are alive in physical body but are dying or trying to commit suicide, because he himself was trying to commit suicide. He is not quoting something unknowingly. These words, it was from the Bhagavata, but it is his feelings also, his realization, that it brought new life and hope in his life. A frustrated person, although very successful in all walks of life, but very unhappy in the family life. His wife and his father are so differences of opinion that he, in those days, they had their own home, father's home. He left his father's home and staying in a rented house nearby, half a kilometer away, and there was no good relation between the daughter-in-law and the father-in-law. And in those days, society would not give you, honor you, if you, when your father, mother are old, you leave your home and hearth, and separately you stay with your wife and children, and you are a headmaster. What you will teach? Your own life is indiscipline. You are not living an ethical and moral life according to the standard of the Indian society, Bengal society in those days. So he was trying to be a failure in making a breeze between his wife and the father, an educated man, very nice man. All the Swamis who were his students, they have their wonderful descriptions about his purity, his scholarship, his love, his taking class, calm and quiet, and a holy man-like stature, appearance. Whenever he would enter the class, all the students, naughty students, they would automatically, he doesn't need to say and scolding. His very presence itself was so effective, and he commanded so much of love and respect from the students that the students who would disturb in other classes would completely remain calm and quiet in his class, and they had that. These were the descriptions from his students. Such a man was going to commit suicide. Why? Not happy the family life. That is why this mantra is there. I have not come here on my own. My friend brought me unknowingly what is in my mind. The moment the friend will leave, I will commit suicide. But he is trying to give me company, thinking that I am not in a good. So your words, like nectar, bringing new life and hope. Shravana Mangala, by hearing, I have not come invited. I was not desirous also. But listening to the words, a few words of Sri Ramakrishna, completely he forgot and changed his decision that it is not a human goal of life to commit suicide. No, there are higher purpose of life. In Viveka Chudamani, Acharya Shankar has given the wonderful mantra. Durlabham trayamubhayatat doivanugraho hetukam manushyatam mumukshyatam mahapurusha samsara. What is the meaning? Durlabham, very rare, very difficult to achieve, attain. Three things. Trayamubhayatat, three things. Of all these things, there are three things very, very rare. What are those? Manushyatam, human birth, human body. Manushyatam, mumukshyatam. Mumukshyatam is desire to be liberated. Our aspiration, our struggle, our striving about the goal of life. What is the goal of life? Like the animals, being born, eating, drinking, enjoying, and then dying. Really, is it the goal of human life also? Are we animals? This is the fate. Be born and get killed or die, and again be born or suffer, is it? How can it? So this question, desire to know the truth, what is the goal of life and how to achieve that? That is mumukshyatam. And when in the scripture, rishis, munis have said that liberation is the goal of life. As Sri Ramakrishna in the modern, for the modern world, for us, he said, Bhagavan labhi, Ishwar labhi jivaner uddesha. The goal of human life is to realize God. God means truth. Truth is God, God is truth. With form, without form, whatever you like. But know the ultimate reality. Know the reality. Know thyself. Atmanam vidhi in the Upanishad. Guru is telling that how all these problems will be solved. Know thyself. All the questions will be answered. All the problems in your life, everyone's life will be solved when we know ourselves, our real nature. So, Tabukathamritam Tattva Jivanam Kavivirvitam. It is not that I am telling. You may not give value to my words. Who am I that you will believe in? Kavivi irivitam. Those who are Kavi. Kavi means, in those days, in Sanskrit, Kavi means scholarly people, sages, saints, munis, rishis. Out of their experience, realization, they iritam. Again and again they say, it is not once they said that your words are your life, sports, these are very nectar-like. No, again and again, so many shastras, it is described and told that the divine stories, divine sports of God, the divine play of the avatars, incarnations, really, it has only effect in the minds of the listeners, whether you intentionally go or unintended. With a friend, or you are passing through somewhere and you are hearing something good. Automatically, it will have its impact in you today or tomorrow. Consciously or unconsciously, it will have its effect. And these have been said by the rishis and munis who realize this. Kaviviritam kalmosha. Hearing your words itself is kalmosha apaham. It removes your sins committed by bad activities. Knowingly or unknowingly in this life or previous lives, we have committed so many things, bad or good. Good will bear the fruit, bad. In the Song of the Sannyasi, Swamiji said, whatever, nobody will be above this law of karma. If you do good karmas in this life or next life, you will have the fruit, enjoy the fruit. If you do bad karmas in this life or lives to come, you have to suffer that. Good, bad. So always do good karmas. Always think good. That will purify your mind. So, Shravana Mangalam, Kalma Shapaham, Shravana Mangalam, even if you just hear intentionally desirous of hearing or voluntary or non-voluntary, somehow these good words, nectar-like words of God's divine play, if it enters into my ear or anybody's ear, it will have its effect today or tomorrow, purifying effect, uplifting effect, enriching effect. Sarvakatamrita Taptajim Kaviritam Kalmushavam Savadam Srimadatam. These, your words, your life stories are full of gems and jewels in spiritual life. Wealth, Srimad. It is full of the highest kind of wisdom words, Ved, Upanishad, different Puranas. They describe all these things, what we find in your life, in your words, in your divine play. So it is Srimad. And the book itself also, with all literary value. In Bengali, this book was composed by M, the recorder of the gospel, Ramakrishna. Language is so soothing, so nice. The description is so poetic in places. If you read, you cannot get out of it. You feel, I read more, I read more. So it is full of gems and jewels for spiritual seekers. And there are quotations from all Vedas, Upanishad, Buddha Dev, Jesus Christ, Rama, Krishna, Kabir, Guru Nanak. Every one, they have their place in this book, quoted their teachings, good things. So it is full of, as a book also, it is full of gems and jewels. Literary charm also is there, value is there, and it is full of wisdom. Srimadatam, Bhubi Grinanti Ye Vridajana. In this world, Bhubi, those who distribute it, speak about it, they have done in our scripture, according to Hindu tradition, if you donate, it brings much merit to you. Daman karo, daman karo, daman karo. What I will do? Daman karo means control your senses. Dan karo. You donate. Control your senses, and then you donate to the deserving people, and daya karo, be compassionate. Controlling senses, being compassionate, and also contributing for those. This C, in English it will be C, in Sanskrit and in Indian language it is the three da. So it is considered that if you have donated much for the good of others, for the welfare activities of the society, that is also mentioned in the Rig Veda. Yani anavaddani karmani tani sevitabbani noitarani. Always spend money, donate for good activities of the society, welfare activities. Get engaged for that. Noitarani. Never ever do anything that will bring suffering to the humanity, anything harmful to the humanity, for the society. Never ever do that. So this was the meaning of that mantra in a brief. I'm just trying to give you. And this mantra was coined from the Bhagavata, where the divine sports of Sri Krishna in different avatars, different lives are described. And we consider that Sri Ramakrishna also is the new incarnate in this life, who himself said to none other than Swami Vivekananda, young Narendranath, then Narendranath, you do not have any doubt. Just before 2 days of his passing away, giving up the human frame, body, he said, whoever was Rama in the Treta Yuga, whoever Krishna in the Dwapara epoch, Yuga, now in this body as Ramakrishna, but not from your Vedantic point of view. From Vedantic point of view, there is no avataravad, because everywhere is that ultimate reality. There is no form. Avatar means it is taking a form, name. But from Advaita Vedantic point of view, there is no such philosophy. So that also Sri Ramakrishna did. but not from your Advaita Vedanta point of view. But know that as a devotee's, bhakta's point of view, this is. So that was the book. And here, wonderful, today we will read the page we have come there reading continuously. Somebody was asking, God is with form or without form. Sri Ramakrishna was saying, yes. No one can say with finality that God is only this and nothing else. God is with form, that is also correct. God is without form, although it is it is a hoax line. It is how it is, can be. God is with form, God is without. Either God is with form or God is without form. And if God is with form, then this form also God, that form also God. What is this? So many confusions and arguments are there, controversies are there. So Sri Ramakrishna was telling that God is something you cannot say limit, only it is this or that. So he was, from Jnani's point of view, it is this, from Bhakta's point of view, so he was giving a little bit of description of that. There is a sign of perfect knowledge. Those who have got perfect knowledge, for them, God doesn't have any form. Man becomes silent when it is attained. Then the eye, which may be likened to the salt dog, melts in the ocean of existence, knowledge, bliss absolute, and becomes one with it. Not the slightest trace of distinctions is left. Form is there, separate, outside of my body. Another name and form is there. This is dualism. This is bhakti. This is Shaguna Brahman. Brahman, that ultimate reality, having the power of creation, preservation, destruction with Shakti. Brahman has this one higher aspect and one lower aspect. In one aspect, Brahman is that ultimate reality, absolute. There is Nirgun, Nirakar, everything, all this. Again, another personal God, Shagun Brahman. That Brahman with attribute, with form. This is there. So there are certain philosophies are there. Devotees, those who wanted to realize this ultimate reality, they have got it and they said, I have seen God, I had the vision, I talked to, when Narendranath challenged Sri Ramakrishna, it is hallucination, it is your dream, it is something wrong in your head, you don't sleep for nights together. That is why all these things, you are thinking, it is your imagination, it is a kind of disease. According to psychology, you need a treatment. But Sri Ramakrishna says, what you call, what you say? It is my experience. And in those days, when Sri Ramakrishna was in Samadhi, those Western educated people wanted to judge whether Sri Ramakrishna was showing some kind of physical feat or it is a fake thing, fraud. To expose Sri Ramakrishna, they would bring the very tiny piece of cotton. So whether there is. And there are some people, if really somebody is completely unconscious, oblivious of his body, mind, situation, everything, then and Sri Ramakrishna's our meditation is closing our eyes. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, oh God, if you close your eyes and then God is. And if you open your eyes, then God is not. What is this? God is when your eyes are open. God is when your eyes are closed. That condition will come. So Sri Ramakrishna entered into Samadhi, eyes are open. So those people used to taste with their finger, putting on the eyeball. You call eyeball? That the middle one through which we have the vision. And the moment you touch, the slightest of touch, it is so sensitive that immediately there will be blinking of the eyelids and you will have some kind of reaction in your body. Sri Ramakrishna was like stone, calm, quiet. When he used to do Advaita Sadhana, birds used to come and sit on his head. And they sometimes used to litter also. That was the condition. Completely, birds are so, God has given them special feeling, a kind of sixth sense like that, instinct, that it is living or it is not non-living, it is something matter. They could not understand birds even. the Sri Ramakrishna man alive. So, we come to the point. Knowledge is absolute, not the slightest trace of distinction is left. But for the devotees do not like to be one with that ultimate reality. They have their thinking that there is some personal God. I like to meditate on that. I like to chant the glories of God. That purifies my mind. My mind doesn't go for any other thing, lower things, lower kind of enjoyment of the senses. It remains always in a higher, sublime state. And I enjoy that. So let the devotees do that. They say their own feelings. Ramakrishna said his own feelings, realization, but many did not believe in. Even Narendranath challenged several times. And afterwards said, do you know how many years, how many times I tried to prove that Sri Ramakrishna's experiences were wrong, visions were something wrong, imagination, hallucination, dream. But finally I failed. I could not prove any one word of Sri Ramakrishna's vision, spiritual realization, or his words to be untrue. So I have accepted that poor Brahmin as my guide, as my teacher. But how many years I have troubled him. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling that there is all these things. This ego does not go. It is very difficult. And not the slightest trace of distinction is left. When one gets that samadhi, there is no ego. I, me, mine. There is not there. It is completely merging my small ego, my everything, cosmic ego, with that ultimate reality. So as long as his self-analysis is not complete, man argues with much ado, but he becomes silent when he completes it. When the empty pitcher has been filled with water, when the water inside the pitcher becomes one with the water of the lake outside, no more sound is heard. Sound comes from the pitcher as long as the pitcher is not filled with water. So when a man becomes completely endowed with realized a soul of realization with the supreme knowledge or supreme devotion, then they do not argue and fight with each other. No, your vision is wrong. My experience is true. This is the way. My guru is the highest guru. My religion is the greatest religion. My God is the supreme God. Yours is not. All this childish separation and identifying with one path and one kind of reality, it vanishes. In our scripture, it is there. Ekam sat vipra bohuda vadanti. Truth is one. But scholarly people, pandits, sages, rishis, munis, they describe it according to their own feeling. And also, the same teacher who teaches in the university and at the same time taking classes in the kindergarten, the teacher will differently give the answers according to the ability, competence of the student. The teacher will take the class and try to make the boy understand or the student understand. So God also appears according to our taste. It is with form with the devotees. It is formless, attributeless with the seekers of the knowledge, path of knowledge. They follow this. So this is there. Nobody can finality with finality that God is this only. That is a smallness, narrowness of mind, and it is not fully understanding the God. So this was his description, and he continues. People used to say in olden days that no boat returns after having once entered the black waters of the ocean. In those days, there was a belief that black water means deep ocean. If a ship goes there in the deep ocean, either it will be sunk, it will be drowned, capsized somewhere or other, or there are certain, in those days they used to believe that magnet rocks are there. The ship will be completely attracted, pulled to the rock and dashed, and it will wreck. There will be wreckage and it will not come back. All will die there. So when Soldal goes to measure the depth of the ocean, who will measure? It itself becomes dissolved. So who will say God is this or that when Gyanis, they enter into the Samadhi, then their ego is merged. They cannot come back and say what it is. So it is like that. Sri Ramakrishna was telling, black water, whoever goes, when the ship goes to the black waters, olden days, they say boat does not return. All trouble and botheration come to an end when the I dies. You may indulge in thousands of reasonings, but still the I does not disappear. For people like you and me, it is good to have the feeling, I am a lover of God. He is telling, for people like you and me, Sri Ramakrishna was comparing himself like an ordinary seeker of truth and telling, in this age, instead of taking up that path of knowledge, I am that Soham, I am Brahman, and mind is in the body always. You cannot fast one day. You cannot control all your senses from all these things, greed, anger, lust, ill feeling, irritation, attraction, repulsion, so many things you are feeling in your mind and intelligence. You are telling, I am Brahman. Bro, if you say you are Brahman, Brahman is unruffled, unperturbed, undisturbed in any situation, because there is no body consciousness. I am not this body. I am that ultimately. Brahman does not need to eat. Brahman does not need to sleep. All these things will be not. Otherwise, it becomes a hypocrisy. It is a wrong thing to cheat one's own self. I am quoting from Gospel. In many places say, those who say that, enjoying everything, no sense organs are 5 senses of perception, 5 senses of action and mind, all these 11 sense organs are disturbing. He is a slave to these sense organs and tell, I am Brahman, I am a Vedantist, I don't believe there is a Murti, I don't go to temple, I don't. These are childish. It is cheating one's own self and cheating others also. You have not understood what it is. You become Vedantin, but don't say, I have achieved this thing. You follow the path. You are just in the first step, in the alphabets, in the kindergarten. But in this case, people like you and me, it is good to have the feeling, I am a lover of God. Rather, you accept that ultimate reality can take a form also, appear in a form, bless me, help me, guide me in my path of journey of spiritual achievement as Guru, as guide. Guru is one who comes, God comes, my Ishta Devata comes in the form of Guru to guide me. So this kind of feeling is there for the bhaktas, and in this Kali Yuga, this path is easy, and for people like you and me, we should follow this. So in this way, he was telling, in the Shiva Vamina Stotra, there is a mantra at the end. Pushpadanta, who composed this, it was a very favorite of Swamiji, and Swamiji quoted in the first lecture given in Chicago in 1893, 11th September, in the inaugural session, he quoted Ruchinang Vichitra Drijigutilonana Pathajushang. The meaning is that so many rivers, streams having their sources in different places, finally mingles their water in the merges into the ocean by following crooked or paths, straight paths. But their sources are in different places, but they all come to the ocean and they lose their identity. Then there is no river. I am river Ganges, I am river Mississippi, I am river Missouri. No, then it is all ocean. So also people following different paths and faiths, giving different names, finally they come to you, which is Ekam Sat, Vipra Bhuda. Truth is one, and people describe it in different forms and names. That is that. So Swamiji quoted that, and in that stotra, Shiva Mahimna stotra, one sloka is there. He is telling that, oh God, Tavu Tattam na janami. You are God or Goddess. You are Brahman with form or without form. You are Saguna Brahman or Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman means Brahman without any attribute. No form, no birth, no death, no puja, no upasana. I am also not this body. This another one is no, Saguna Brahman. That ultimate reality, as it were, appears before us with a form, with a name, and having the power, and may not be having any form. In Islam, Allah doesn't have any form. Christianity, God doesn't have any form, but God has all power. God can send us to hell, God can punish us, God can give us something good, God can create us, God can kill us, all this creation, preservation, that is there. Form is not there. Nirgun, but Nirakar, but Shagun. No form, Akar, but Gun, attribute. This preservation, creation, destruction, these things are there. So there are so many philosophies. 6 schools of philosophy are there in our Indian tradition. Sardarshan. So they try to describe these people according to their understanding the same reality from their point of view. Now this is a devotee. He is telling, I do not know. Tavo tattam na janami. Oh great Lord, or great lady and great, I do not know. You are God or goddess, you are with form or without form. The true nature of thy being, I do not know. O the ultimate reality, I do not know the true nature of thy being, of what kind thou art, of whatever nature thou mayest be, O great ultimate reality, almighty. To that my salutation again and again. Some will think my father in the heaven, some will say my divine mother in the heaven, some will say there is no father, no mother, Soham Shoma, I am that. Shankaracharya, he composed so many stotras with form, Devas, Devis, and again he composed that Nirvana Shatakamajja. Manobuddham kara chittani naham naso srotra jiva. I am not the mind, I am not the all my senses, a person. I do not have any father, I do not have any mother, I do not have any child, I do not have any guru, I do not have any, I am nobody. And then what are you? I am Atman, Chitta, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am that Sat Chit Ananda. I am that bliss, existence, consciousness, absolute. Knowledge, bliss, existence, absolute. I am Shivoham, Shivoham. I am that. I am not the senses, I am nothing of this world. So this is in 6 stanzas, complete Advaita philosophy. That is also there, that is also a philosophy. But the same Shankaracharya is composing, oh, Bhavannashtakam, Gatistam, Gatistam, Tameka Bhavan. That is also there, Mahabhagavati. Ma Annapurna Stotram, Mata Devi, Mata Me Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara. My mother is Parvati Devi. Ma Annapurna Stotra, last verse. Pita Devo Maheshwara. My father is Maheshwara, great God, Shiva. And who are my relations? Bandhava, Sarvabhuta, whoever are there, all pranis, all. Everyone is my Bandhava, my kith and kin. And what is my place? Tribhunatrayam. What is my desh? What is my birthland, my motherland, my birthland? Tribhunatrayam. Sarga, Marta, Patal, Sarga. Everything, all this, Antariksha. We were Triloko. This is this. So, this I was telling, he has said in Shankaracharya, in Viveka Chudamani, Manushyatam, Mumukshyatam, desire to know the truth, liberation, know God, know the reality, and Mahapurusha Samsara, to have a guide, a guru, a teacher, who has realized the truth, and following whose instruction we can also reach there. Mahagnani Mahajan je pathe korechen gamon, সেই পথ রক্ষা করি আমরা হব বলুন. Following the footsteps of the great souls, realized souls, we shall also be able to realize the truth. So what is the fear? What is the frustration? What is the depression? By following the instructions and paths of the footsteps of the realized soul, great sages and rishis, we will also become rishis and munis. Swamiji in one of the lectures is telling, you have that potential of Buddha Chaitanya, Ram, Krishna, Jesus. You can become a Jesus, you can become a Jesus. They could become that because they tried to manifest their divinity within. You also strive, you will also able to become Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya. That potential is there. Potentially, you are saying we are all one with Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Chaitanya, one. But in the relative level, absolute, we are all the same. Pure consciousness. The relative we have, according to our understanding, karma, we are having our body, mind, thinking, like that. So, this Sri Ramakrishna then is telling Saguna Brahma that in this age it is good, people like me and you, that I am a lover of God, to become a devotee, that is the easiest path. The Saguna Brahman is meant for the bhaktas. Saguna, guna means attribute, power. God has this thing. God can create, God can preserve, God can destroy. And this is meant for the bhaktas. In other words, a bhakta believes that God has attributes and reveals himself to men as a person, P capital, assuming forms. Same ultimate reality, who is formless, but to make the devotee happy, takes the form also, as it were. At least to that devotee, it appears. Suppose I am a Kali devotee, that God appears to be Kali. I am speaking the truth. Never ever these sages and saints have ever told a lie. Never ever. They express their own experience. That personal God can be this form or that form. So I do not know Tavatattam na janami Kidrishoshi Maheshwara Jadrishoshi Mahadevo Tadrishayo Namo. I do not know your real nature. Salutation again and again to you, whatever form actually you are. So these are the mature thinking. I like this form, you like that form, and that ultimate reality will appear to you with that form, what you like, to me with this form, and to those without form, those who don't like any form. That is also there. Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example of Hanumanji. Hanumanji, there is in the Purana description is there that Garuda wanted to have the vision of God. Ramchandra then showed the Vishnu. Garuda likes the Vishnu Rupa. And Hanumanji was telling Srinathe, Janakinathe, Aveda Paramatmani, Tathapi Mama Sarvasya Rama Kamalalochana. I know that the Narayana's Lord, the Lakshmi's Lord, Srinath, Narayana, Vishnu Murti, which you have just shown to Garuda, that is I know. And Janakinathe, you, the Lord, husband of Sita, the same, identical. Srinathe, Lakshmi's husband, Janakinathe, Sita's husband. Aveda Paramatmani, from the ultimate point of view, absolute point of view, Paramatmani, same, identical. You are not separate, I know. Tathapi mama sarvasya Rama Kamalalochana. Even after that, I know the reality. I like to see you in that. My Ramchandra, Kamalalochana, this Lochana eyes are like the Kamal, lotus-eyed Ramchandra. Please, Ramchandra. You appear as Narayana Vishnu Murti in front of Shankar Chakra Gada Padma, in front of your devotee, another devotee Garuda. But for me, you leave that. And for me, you come back in your Rama's form. So this is the prejudice of the devotees. So what is there? Wrong. And there are who don't like any form. That is also there. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling that, in other words, a bhakta believes that God has attributes and reveals himself to men as a person, assuming forms. It is he who listens to our prayers. The prayers that you utter are directed to him alone. You are bhaktas, not gyanis or Vedantis. It does not matter whether you accept God with form or not. It is enough to feel that God is a person who listens to our prayers, who creates, preserves, and destroys the universe, and who is endowed with infinite power. So, for the ordinary common people who having very minimum capacity to do sadhanas, spiritual practices, it is better to have the idea of a Saguna Brahma, a personal God who listens to our prayer, who helps us. We feel a kind of hope, energy, power that yes, I will not be destroyed. All the challenges are there. Swamiji said, face the brute. I know one power is there to protect me. But if I say I am that power and I cannot withstand, oh, too much shivering, oh, too much starving, I am undone, I am lost, then what is the good? So cut your coat according to your cloth. What you cannot withstand, and you are saying something, behaving in another way, this is not good. So you do according to your capacity. There is nothing wrong. I have got the chance in India, there is joint entrance examination, both engineering also, I am and medical also. I can go anywhere. I like medical, I go, my friend goes in the engineering side. I go for the medical studies. There are, after 2 months, 6 months, some goes again back to the medical, from medical to engineering, from engineering to medical. That also is happening. A few substantial exceptions are also there. It is just a test, but ultimate reality is one. Supreme devotion and supreme knowledge are one and the same, identical. They say, those who have realized, that is big gun. They don't quarrel. Then there is no sound of the pitcher. It is full. I know whom I will talk to. God is. They are not aware of that. That is shouting. Let them. So Sri Ramakrishna will give a beautiful story of the chameleon. So, but I cannot go that far. That I go a little bit. You are bhaktas and not Vedantists. It does not matter whether you accept God in form or not. It is enough to feel that God is a person who listens to our prayers, who creates, preserves, and destroys the universe, and who is endowed with infinite power to help us. It is easier to attain God by following the path of devotion. I am not quoting, it is a quotation. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, it is easier to attain God by following the path of devotion. But at the same time, he is cautioning also the devotees. But have a little bit of knowledge of the Advaita in your pocket, that everything is unreal. That ultimate reality is appearing to answer the prayers of the devotees. Don't think the God is with form only. And that also my Ishtadevata, my form only. It is not that. You want your life? All right. You are studying this subject, it's good. I have taken honors in another subject. You don't say your honors is not honors, your degrees are fake. It is valueless. My degree, my subject. So it is so open. In the Gita also, Bhagavan said, Arjuna was asking, you are asking me to follow this path, Jnana Bhakti. Which one is actually appropriate? What is this? The path of knowledge or path of devotion? Then Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, Arjuna, path of knowledge, there is no doubt, very good. But how many can follow that? Klesho adhikataro stesham. Following that path is trouble, difficulty, suffering, misery more. You common people with this body and mind, they cannot bear all these things. Better follow this path, become my bhakta, love me, don't try to fight with others. All these things you do, then devotees are very dear to me. They will come to me. No problem. Why everyone has to follow that path? You can go to the top of the hill. There are stairs, there are steep, we call Pagdandi. This steep, there is no path. Somehow you can, by jumping also you can go somewhere, by walking, by driving, whatever path is suitable for you, do that. But go reach that path and start your journey. Don't argue and quote from here and there without doing any sadhana yourself. That will not take you nowhere. That will not take you to the liberation or supreme devotion. Nothing you will get. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, in this path, it is easier to attain God by following the path of devotion. Then devotee, Brahmo devotee, they are Brahmos. They believe in God without any form, but God has the power. It is Nirakara, but Sabur. He's telling, sir, is it possible for one to see God? If so, why can't we see Master Sri Ramakrishna? Yes, he can surely be seen. One can see his forms and his formless aspect as well. How can I explain that to you? You have not done any sadhana. How can I tell all these things? How will you understand Brahma devotee? What are the means by which one can see God? Master, can you weep for him with intense longing of heart? Men shed a jugful of tears for the sake of their children, for their wives, for their or for money. But who weeps for God? So long as the child remains engrossed with its toys, the mother looks after her cooking and other household duties. But when the child no longer relishes the toys, it throws them aside and yells for its mother. Then the mother takes the rice pot down from the hearth, runs in haste, and takes the child in her arms. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling God can be realized. But only asking questions will not do. Your real love has not been generated. When real love for God, that yearning, that sincere, intense yearning, love, desire, devotion will be there for God, God will come. Like a mother, when the baby just busy with the dolls and toys plays, and one time mother doesn't come. But when mother sees that, yes, the baby is crying and crying, weeping and weeping, no toys, no dolls, no other items could keep him busy, no dummy in the mouth. It is throwing out everything and crying, then mother, I am coming, my son, coming, my daughter, coming, my child. Oh, ho, ho. Whatever work, very important work she was doing, she leaves it in haste, go hastily. She goes hastily and takes the baby on her lap. In our case also, when God will find that real, intense yearning, longing is there in our mind, let God bless us with her darshan, bhisha, love, affection, which we do not feel now. God is protecting us whether we know or not know. God is our Father, Mother, everything. With this strong feeling, if we really intense feeling, sincere feeling, if we cry, if we can shed our tears, weep for God. Sri Ramakrishna says he has realized it in this way by following the path of devotion. But afterwards, I asked my mother, what is the Gyanis do? What is you show me that also? He did that also. He did sadhana under Brahmachari Totapuri also, Advaita sadhana, that also did Vikalpa Samadhi. Everything is achievable, attainable if we are sincere and really we have real hankering for that, desire for that. So we stop here. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna.
Swami, I have a question. No, I have a question.
That I can separately, we can do, don't take time now.
Okay, that's fine.
You keep it your question after everyone goes, or those will remain. But now I keep my yesterday's word that I will sing some bhajans now.
Okay.
Take 1 minute in the micro.
So we don't have the volume, so you can look for the harmonium.
Yeah.
You can take it.
And I'm thinking if we turn this chair.
Maharaj, this is Shankar. I wanted to tell you how grateful we are for you taking the time to come and be with us and lead us as you have. We are
Thank-
joyous that you
Thank
are
you.
with us.
I'm
And-
happy to assist you. Good devotees. I spent 2 days nicely here in the company of all of you. So Mother bless us all. I enjoyed my time here. If Mother wishes, I shall come again. Thank you
Yes.
all.
Well, we thank you, Maharaj. Our affectionate pranams follow you day in and day out now. So when you return to Hollywood, give our love to everyone there. And so I'm going to sign off now. I didn't start this meeting, so whoever started the meeting will have to close it. I think Shailesh started it. So I'm going to leave the meeting, and may we all have a restful and restorative night. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Durga Durga Durga. May we be safe, may we be healthy, may we be cheerful, may we have peace of mind, and may we go forward in the secure knowledge that we are in the Master and Mother's loving and protective grace. A good night to you all. May you all be well and in bright spirits. Until next time.
And anyone who would like to stay, Swami is going to sing some bhajans. If you'd like to stay, you're more than welcome.
Precariously close to the edge. That one leg seems very close to the edge of the picture.
Yes, my chair.
Okay. So first I sing the bhajan yesterday I wanted to sing. It is the Sri Krishna Stava. So generally we sing it in India when it is a part of stava of this Shamanama Sankirtanam. As we do Ram Nama Sankirtanam, Shuddha Brahma Parakara Ram, Shamanam is also there. Satya Sanatana Sundara Sham. There is no time. I am not going to sing the whole Ram Nam. I will sing just one stava from that Ram Nam. It is very sweet and full of devotion. I think the devotees will like those who have got the script. Yesterday I have told that today I will sing. First time I sing, second time you make a chorus, that will be good. 2, 3 slokas. Then you join in the first time, we can save the time, because by this time you will be acquainted with the tune music. So,
Swami, you've got to move your chair back. The leg is on the very edge and we're concerned it's, thank you.
I can,
Thank you.
if it is mind afterwards, if you keep a lid on it, it continues for a longer time. Sri Guru Sham Radha Sham Sri Sham Radha Sham Sing. So sweet.
That's
Melodies.
Navin's.
Oh, my voice is weak. Harmony is so sweet, nice, melodious. What to do?
Maharaj, are you going to sing one more bhajan?
Hmm?
Are you going to sing one more bhajan or no?
One only.
One more bhajan?
Those who like can leave the online, and those who here sitting, they also, if you have your work, because yesterday some devotees requested me, that is why they brought this wonderful harmonium, and I have given my word that after today's normal discourse, I'll be trying to sing some bhajans if my throat cooperates with me by Mother's grace.